Imagine waking up every day with unbreakable determination, with the certainty that today you will be stronger, wiser, and more resilient than yesterday. Not because of a stroke of luck, not due to favorable circumstances, but because you have decided it. True greatness is no accident. It is the result of a daily commitment to self-improvement. While most people settle for what is easy, for comfort, and for the inertia of routine, those who truly transform their lives are the ones who demand more from themselves, who force themselves to evolve, to face the pain of growth, and to embrace the discipline of progress. The Stoics knew this well. Men like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus forged their greatness not in times of peace, but in the midst of challenges, conflicts, and adversity. To them, the key to a fulfilling life was not avoiding suffering, but mastering the mind, body, and spirit to turn every obstacle into an opportunity. Today, you will discover 12 lessons of Stoicism that will not only change the way you think, but will also give you the power to act, to strengthen your character, and to forge the best version of yourself. But there is one condition. Listening is not enough. You must apply them. If you are ready to take on this challenge, if you are willing to abandon excuses and take control of your destiny, then get ready. Because today marks the beginning of your transformation. Make self-discipline your best ally. Motivation is a fire that ignites quickly but burns out even faster. If you rely on motivation to take action, you are doomed to inconsistency. One day you will feel full of energy and ready to conquer the world. But the next day, when the excitement is gone, what will you do? This is where self-discipline comes into play, the only force that can sustain you when inspiration fades. The Stoics understood that self-discipline is the key to real growth. You cannot control what happens around you, but you can control how you react. Self-discipline is the shield that allows you to act with determination, regardless of circumstances. Epictetus said, "Freedom is the control over oneself, because without self-discipline, you become a slave to your impulses, laziness, and immediate gratification. If you want to improve day after day, you must do what needs to be done, not just what you feel like doing in the moment. If you feel too lazy to train, do it anyway. If you don't feel like studying, study anyway. If today doesn't feel like a good day, act as if it is." Growth is not built on easy days, but on those when everything inside you wants to give up, yet you keep going. Self-discipline is not about becoming an emotionless robot. It is about taking control of your life and not letting your impulses dictate your path. Every time you act with discipline, you strengthen your character. Every time you give in to comfort, you weaken yourself. Make self-discipline your best ally, and you will see how your life changes. Don't wait until you feel ready. Start now. Stop making excuses. Start finding solutions. Excuses are invisible chains that tie you to mediocrity. Every time you justify your lack of action, you move further away from growth and success. The Stoics understood that the world is not fair, that life will bring obstacles and that circumstances will often be against you. But they also knew that complaining changes nothing. Taking action does. Think about this. Every excuse you make is a missed opportunity. I don't have time, I don't have resources, I don't know how to do it, I'm not lucky. These statements may sound convincing, but they are just mental barriers you have created. Marcus Aurelius said, "The obstacle in the way becomes the way." In other words, obstacles are not excuses to quit, but opportunities to prove what you're made of. Look around. There are people with less who have achieved more. What's the difference? Their mindset. They didn't sit around feeling sorry for what they lacked. They found a way to move forward with what they had. This is the key to greatness. Adapt, innovate, and push forward, no matter how difficult the path. Every time you face a problem, you have two options: make excuses or find solutions. The first will keep you stuck. The second will take you further than you can imagine. Life won't wait for you to feel ready, for conditions to be perfect, or for everything to align in your favor. Life rewards those who take action despite the difficulties. So, stop justifying yourself and start moving. The only way to advance is to take responsibility and make things happen. Your focus defines your destiny. What you choose to focus on, what you choose to look at, shapes the direction of your life. Your destiny is not determined by luck or circumstances, but by what you focus on every day. If you focus on the negative, on obstacles, on what you can't control, you will be destined for frustration. But if you choose to focus on your growth, on solutions, and on what you can change, your life will take a completely different direction. The Stoics understood this better than anyone. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you interpret it that matters." Two people can face the same situation and react in opposite ways. One sees an opportunity, the other sees a problem. The difference is not in reality, but in the mindset. Ask yourself, where is your attention right now? Are you focusing on what you can build, improve, and learn? Or are you wasting time complaining about what you cannot change? Success and failure begin in the mind, and the mind follows the path of your focus. Imagine you are an archer. If you aim precisely at the target, you have a good chance of hitting it. But if your sight is distracted by noise, doubts, and fears, how can you expect to hit the mark? The same happens in life. If you scatter your focus on trivial things and meaningless worries, you will never reach what you truly desire. Take control of your attention. Dedicate your energy only to what brings you closer to your goals. What you feed with your focus grows. What you ignore weakens. Your destiny is not a matter of chance. It is the result of your daily focus. Be relentless with your bad habits. Your habits are either building you up or tearing you down at this very moment. There is no in-between. Every repeated action shapes your character, reinforces your mindset, and defines who you will become in the future. If you don't take control of your habits, they will take control of you. The Stoics understood that we are not victims of our tendencies, but architects of our own discipline. Cicero said, "Vices will dominate us if we do not first dominate them." In other words, every time you tolerate a bad habit, you give it more power over your life. The question is, how many opportunities have you lost due to procrastination? How much energy have you wasted on distractions? How many days have you let slip away, filling them with excuses instead of action? You might think these are small things, but what you do in small things is reflected in big things. Trying to change is not enough. You have to be relentless. You cannot negotiate with laziness, procrastination, or excuses. If you don't commit today, you will regret it tomorrow. If you tolerate a bad habit, it will grow until it controls you. You cannot build a strong life on weak foundations. Every time you let go of a bad habit, you take back control of your life. Every time you resist the temptation of what is easy and choose what is right, you become stronger. Self-discipline is a muscle, and every decision either strengthens or weakens it. Make a list of the habits that are holding you back. Don't justify them. Don't rationalize them. Destroy them. The life you desire is only possible if you eliminate what is dragging you down. Don't have mercy on what weakens you. Be relentless and become your best version. Learn to see failure as a teacher, not an enemy. Failure is inevitable. No matter how prepared you are, how many times you try, or how talented you may be, sooner or later, you will fail. Here lies the difference between those who grow and those who remain stuck. The first see failure as a teacher, while the latter see it as a condemnation. The Stoics understood that life does not follow a straight line to success. Epictetus said, "It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows. If you believe failure is the end of the road, you will never learn anything new. But if you see it as an opportunity to improve, every fall will become another step in your growth." Look around you. Every person who has achieved something great has failed more times than you can imagine. Thomas Edison, before inventing the light bulb, failed thousands of times. When asked why he kept trying, he replied, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. The problem is not failing. The problem is giving up. If you let the fear of failure paralyze you, you will never move forward. If you see every setback as an excuse to quit, you are doomed to mediocrity. Every time you fail, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Do not look for someone to blame. Do not complain. Do not run away. Face failure, understand its lesson, and move forward with more wisdom and determination. Failure is only an enemy if you decide it is. Make it your teacher, and it will teach you everything you need to know to achieve success. Stop relying on motivation. Trust your commitment. Motivation is like the wind. It comes and goes. Some days you will feel invincible. Other days, you will barely want to get out of bed. If you rely on motivation to take action, you will never build anything solid. The Stoics did not talk about motivation. They talked about discipline and commitment. Epictetus said, "Don't explain your philosophy. Embody it." This means that no matter how much you inspire yourself with quotes or motivational speeches, What truly matters is what you do when you don't feel like doing it. Look at the greatest athletes, entrepreneurs, or thinkers in history. They did not reach the top because they were always motivated. They got there because they were committed. They understood that progress is not based on fleeting emotions, but on consistent habits. If today you wait to feel inspired to act, tomorrow you will still be waiting. It is not your mood that moves you forward, but your decision to act regardless of the circumstances. That is where true strength lies. Commitment means doing what you need to do even when you don't feel like it. Go to the gym even if you're tired. Work on your project even if you have doubts. Read, learn, and improve without excuses. Because your goal is bigger than your mood. The problem with depending on motivation is that it makes you a slave to your emotions. If you learn to trust your commitment, you will be the master of your destiny. Every time you think about quitting because you don't feel like it, repeat this. My emotions do not control my actions. My commitment does. Keep going because success is not for the motivated. It is for the committed. Surround yourself with people who challenge you to improve. Your environment has a direct impact on your growth, not just the physical space where you live, but also the people you surround yourself with. It's easy to fall into the trap of staying around those who make us feel comfortable, those who validate our excuses and tell us what we want to hear. But if you want to progress, you must surround yourself with people who push you to be better. The Stoics understood that the influence of those around us is powerful. Seneca said, "A man is the company he keeps." If your friends, colleagues, or family are stuck, limited by their fears or excuses, it is very likely that, without realizing it, they will pull you down as well. But if you surround yourself with people who challenge your beliefs, demand the best from you, and are not afraid to point out your weaknesses, your growth will be inevitable. Imagine training for a marathon. If you run every day with people who stop at the first sign of fatigue, you will probably do the same. But if you join a group of runners who push themselves harder, your performance will improve. The same logic applies to life. Surround yourself with people who challenge you to think, act, and improve. Seek out those who offer new perspectives, who are not afraid to tell you what you need to hear, not just what you want to hear. These will be your most powerful allies on the path to success. Remember, if you are not learning and growing with the people around you, it is time to change your circle. Surround yourself with those who elevate you and push you toward your best version, or they will hold you back. Master your impulses before they master you. Every day we are surrounded by decisions, some big, some small, but all with the power to shape our destiny. Impulses are those immediate reactions we often take without thinking. They can be positive, such as a quick response in an emergency, but more often they drag us toward behaviors that take us away from what we truly want. The Stoics teach that true freedom lies in the ability to choose our responses, not in reacting impulsively. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you respond to it that matters." This is the key, to be aware of what you feel at every moment and decide whether those emotions will control your actions or whether you will control your emotions. Impulses by nature are tied to instant gratification, overeating, spending money recklessly, giving in to anger, or surrendering to laziness. If you do not control them, these fleeting moments can end up dominating your life. Every time you give in to an impulse, you build a habit that moves you away from your goal. Mastering your impulses does not mean suppressing your emotions, but learning to manage them. The key lies in pausing before acting. Breathe, reflect, and make a quick evaluation. Does this action bring me closer to my goals, or does it push me further away? Remember that every small act of self-control is a step toward a more disciplined, focused life, one more aligned with your values. Do not let your impulses decide for you. If you do not master them, they will master you. Invest in your mental, physical, and spiritual development. Personal growth is not an isolated process. It is a commitment that integrates your mind, body, and spirit. In a world full of distractions and instant gratification, many forget that the real investments are not in material goods, but in themselves. The Stoics understood that to be truly free, we must cultivate these three fundamental areas of our existence. The mind is our guide. If we don't train it, we let ourselves be carried away by negative thoughts, fears, and doubts that limit us. Taking care of the mind means nurturing our ability to reason, reflect, and adapt. Read, learn, question, and never stop expanding your horizons. Education does not end in school, it is a lifelong process. Invest every day in developing new skills and strengthening your mind with wisdom. As Seneca said, do not spend your life thinking only about what you can gain, but also about what you can become. The body is the vehicle that allows you to achieve everything you desire. Without good health, every other investment loses value. Physical discipline is essential. Exercise, eat well, sleep properly, and take care of your well-being. Your body is the foundation on which your life is built. If your body suffers, your mind will too. The actions you take today have a direct impact on your future, so do not postpone what you can do now for your health. The spirit, finally, is your anchor. Cultivate your inner peace and your ability to find purpose and meaning in what you do. Spirituality is not about religion, but about a deep connection with yourself and the world. The balance between mind, body, and spirit will make you unstoppable. Investing in your overall growth is not an expense, but an investment that gives you the most valuable rewards: strength, clarity, and peace. Embrace discomfort as the price of progress. Progress does not come without effort. Every true step forward, every goal achieved, involves going through uncomfortable, painful, or challenging moments. We live in a society that constantly seeks comfort, instant gratification, and ways to avoid any form of discomfort. But comfort is not a friend of growth. In fact, it is its opposite. It is stagnation. The Stoics, like Seneca, taught that discomfort is an essential part of life, and that we must learn to embrace it rather than run from it. We must see it as a sign that we are growing. Discomfort is not easy to face. It can be physical, like the pain of an intense workout; mental, like the struggle of learning something new; or emotional, like the fear of failure. However, it is in these moments that true transformation occurs. Imagine a muscle that is never challenged. It would not grow, but weaken. The same happens with your mind and character. If you never expose yourself to discomfort, you will not develop the strength needed to succeed. Discomfort is, in many ways, the price you must pay for your goals. You cannot expect extraordinary results if you are not willing to step out of your comfort zone. Every time you face discomfort, remember that it is an opportunity to become stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Do not let the fear of what is uncomfortable stop you. Progress lies within difficulty, and accepting this challenge is what separates those who succeed from those who remain behind. Do what is hard today to make your life easier tomorrow. Life is full of choices, and many of the most important ones require temporary sacrifice. Often, doing what is easy today leads to negative long-term consequences, while facing challenges immediately can be uncomfortable, but brings lasting rewards. The Stoics knew that the key to a fulfilled and meaningful life is doing what others avoid, facing what is difficult to ensure a solid future. Seneca put it clearly: it is easier to avoid problems than to face them, but it is wiser to confront them. If you always seek comfort, you are building a life that will become increasingly difficult. Avoiding tough tasks, dodging hard work, and procrastinating on challenges only increase stress, anxiety, and the feeling of being trapped in an endless cycle. On the other hand, taking action today, even when it's hard, allows you to create a future where difficulties are less overwhelming. For example, if you invest time and effort in improving your health today, the rewards will be more energy, greater vitality, and a longer, richer life. The same applies to your projects, relationships, and personal goals. Do not avoid what is difficult, and you will build the foundation for an easier and more fulfilling life in the future. Remember that what seems difficult today will become your strength tomorrow. What requires effort and sacrifice today will give you the resilience needed to face whatever comes next. Do what is hard today so that your life will be easier tomorrow. Define your purpose and align yourself with it. A life without purpose is like a ship without a course, drifting aimlessly. Many go through life without truly knowing what they seek, letting themselves be carried away by routine or external expectations. The Stoics understood that having a clear purpose not only gives life meaning, but also provides the strength to face adversity. Defining your purpose is the first step toward living a fulfilling life. It's not just about achieving material success or having a great career, but about finding a purpose aligned with your deepest values. What truly motivates you? What gives you energy? What kind of legacy do you want to leave behind? These questions should guide your every step, because if your purpose is not clear, it will be difficult to maintain focus, motivation, and resilience in tough times. The Stoics, like Marcus Aurelius, taught that once you find your purpose, you must align yourself with it every day. This means making conscious decisions that are consistent with your mission. It's not enough to say you have a purpose. You must live it even when circumstances are challenging. Every thought and every action must align with that purpose because these small daily acts shape your life. Remember that every day is a new opportunity to align yourself with your purpose. If you feel you have strayed from it, don't punish yourself. Instead, get back on track and move forward with determination. Living with purpose not only gives you clarity, but also provides constant motivation to overcome obstacles and achieve true fulfillment in life. Now you know 2 Stoic choices that can transform your life, but the real question is, will you apply them, or will they remain just theory? Stoicism is not just knowledge, it is action. Every day is a new opportunity to strengthen yourself, improve, and prove to yourself that you are stronger than you think. If this video brought you value, give it a like and share it with someone who needs to hear these lessons. Remember, knowledge multiplies only when we share it. Also, subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss the next video, where we will dive even deeper into mastering your mind and your life through Stoicism. See you in the next video. Until then, stay strong, keep growing, and continue progressing day by day. See you soon.